Hello again. Start of a video for Raphael. I just had my say in a previous one that I'll get posted and then I'll get Raphael's video, whatever he brings through. But for now, I'm just kind of jabbering, waiting for him to decide it's time. Oh, it's time, James. Greetings, dear ones. I'm here today to bring you information on what you should be doing as these times are changing. And James already spoke a little of it. He didn't know it, but I was helping him. And we are moving from a 3D to a 5D reality. And this requires that we change how we see, how we perceive, and how we operate. Because it's a different reality. It does not work the way 3D does. And James already said a little bit about that. But basically, the old paradigm no longer applies. We're not quite into the new paradigm totally, but we're getting there. And enough of the operational system for that paradigm, that reality, that frequency is coming into play. And we are totally confused. The old systems don't work, but we haven't figured out what the new system is. So what do? Well, first, foremost, and above all, be yourself. Be who you are. And that goes beyond the body that you operate in. Be aware of the unlimited light being that you are. Because that's what you're moving to. You're moving to that being. You will no longer be in this smaller physical body. Although you will have a body, it's different from what you operate in now. The energy will be different. It may look a little different or it may not. But the energy, the frequency of it, and how it works, and the reality around it works is very different. So, what can you do to change to that? And as I've said, first and foremost, be yourself. Your real, true self. Your unlimited, divine self. You have to find that. However it works for you, whatever works in your path, you have to find that part of you. Because that's where you will operate from. And as James said, the first part of that is surrender. Because the way this new reality operates, you don't have control. You do, really, but not in the manner you're accustomed to. You don't see and figure out and like, oh, I need a new car. I have to get so much money for a down payment. I have to do this. I have to have my credit. No. In the new reality, what you have to do is decide what you want. That plain and simple. And then let it go. And your part of the control is deciding. When you decide, you let it go, and the universe will bring it to you. And, the old paradigm, you're trying to figure out, well, how and why. That's not your job. Your job is to make the decision. The universe's job is to follow through and bring that to you. Now, it may come in a slightly different manner than you had thought, but it will come exactly as you need. And you have to have faith in that. And eventually, you'll come to realize, be comfortable with it, and you won't worry anymore. You won't have the anxiety. You won't be afraid. You won't have fear, because fear doesn't work very well in the frequency that we're going to. So, does that sound like a lot? Maybe not, but it is. And will you make that change? Well, yeah. You're going to do it. There's no way around it. Reality is changing. You will change with it. When you're in this frequency, you can't do anything else. You have to change. And as James said, the things he's finding as he changes, it's fun. Life is meant to be joyful. You're not supposed to have worry and cares. You're supposed to live and be joyful and have experiences. And that's what's coming. So don't be afraid. Look ahead, realizing the new era is coming. And it's an era of freedom, enlightenment, joy, and universal abundance, for lack of a better term. We look at, and in this paradigm we wonder, are we taking too much? If we get too much, somebody else has to go without. And no, not the way it works. Everybody has what they want. Now, do we all have different wants? Yeah. Some people want to be in a condo in a big high-rise up in the sky. Others want a house with a piece of dirt. And others want to be totally out in nature. And I will give you a small example of this. Now, in his studies, explorations, whatever you want to call it, James has tuned into a lifetime about 100 years in the future. And in that lifetime, he is an astronaut test pilot. Is the closest we can come to it in terms of this reality. Basically, when new wormholes are discovered, he's the guy that jumps in his little ship and zips through it and sees where it is and brings the information back, and then others can go on and do whatever they need to do or what they're going to do. But in that lifetime, as he was exploring it, he saw people living in tree houses. And these were the people who wanted to get totally back to nature. And when you say treehouse, you have a certain picture. Oh, it's this and built. No, it's not. It's totally different. These people commune with the trees, and the trees grow to accommodate them, to be what they need. And the first people to find this were a group leaving the city, going out to be in nature, And at the end of their first day, they found a spot that looked like a good place to camp. And there were some overhanging branches from the trees, and they put up tarps and stuff. And they went to bed. They woke up in the morning, and the trees had grown to what they needed for their cover. And they were in awe. They were totally flabbergasted. They realized what had happened, and that became their way of life. They found where they wanted to be. They would talk to the trees. The trees would make a space for them, and they would live in it. And the trees were happy. They loved to have the people there. And the people were happy. They loved to be in the trees. And that's just one example of how the fifth dimension reality works. So take that little example to heart. Realize good things are coming. You don't have to worry about all the stuff that's going on now. All you have to do is love it. All of it. What you would call the good, the bad, the ugly. Give it all love. And that is the cure for what's going on. So when you look at different things like the Ukraine, like Africa, like Israel, all these different things, don't take on one side or the other. Not your job. Your job is to be you. Simply send love to everyone, because that's what we're coming to. We're coming to unity consciousness, where we are aware that we are all one, that we come from the same source, that we are all unlimited divine beings. And that will change the world too. So, that's my words for today. I hope you enjoy them. I will see you in the next round. Okay. Maybe he was guiding my message to prep this one. I don't know. But anyway, we're all done. Time to go process this and get it all posted. Bye.